Hey y'all, it's Bridget Willard from San Antonio and Warren laine-naida from Bremen. And
Germany.
right,
Yeah,
not San Antonio,
no,
Texas. We're not supposed to do the same intro every time.
I'm sorry.
Say
Oh,
good night,
let's start
Gracie.
again. Okay. All right.
So
Hi, live. It's Saturday night, Monday
I'm your
morning.
temporary co-host. No, but we wanted to talk to you all about how small businesses can use search engine advertising, SEA, and pay-per-click, PPC, because we tend to think that all advertising is this giant spend, like a 30-second ad in the middle of a Super Bowl, right? And it doesn't
Okay.
have to be a million or 10 million or whatever it costs, or even the cost of a billboard. But you can do a search engine advertising on a budget. So just because you're a small business, don't tune out. Give us a chance. And with our subject matter expert,
Expert.
um,
Oh, I hate that term expert.
well, you're experienced.
It's
So
definitely
experience
experience.
is part of the
Yeah,
root word of expert.
it is. Well, it's
You're
something I've
not
learned.
the end all, be
No, I'm
all, but
not.
you are one
No,
of many who
definitely
has.
not. Definitely not. Let me tell you how I didn't get a coffee this morning. Um, No, thanks, Bridget. I mean, it's a great subject because you're a small business, I'm a small business. Um, Most of my customers are small business. I think in business, I think both of us have a couple of the big boys and girls when it comes to clients, but certainly most of my clients are they're small businesses, they're entrepreneurs, or they are nonprofits, but most of them are small businesses. And I wasn't doing a lot of Google Ads for businesses in the past. Not for small businesses, for large ones, yeah, it's an accepted way to boost being found. If you're searching for something, it really helps if you've got like an ad up the top or at the bottom that reinforces your organic listing. Um, but you're right. A lot of the small businesses, they get scared off and say, "Oh, I don't have 1,000 or even 500 a month," because there is the idea as well that Google ads are a little risky. It's a good way to burn through your money. And
Well, it's a good way to burn through your money if you don't already have the organic efforts that you mentioned. So like peanut butter and jelly or peanut butter and Hagelschlag, whatever is the organic social media and the paid ads. And Rand Fishkin did a whole presentation on another YouTube channel talking about that's a really good way to throw away money is to start by just advertising. Nobody knows you, so when they see that search ad, it will mean nothing. So can you kind of talk about like what you're doing with my ads, like because I kept hearing you say you could do ads for $1 a day, and it sounded like wrong. It sounded
yeah,
like a nonprofit. For $1 a day, you can sponsor this child.
yeah, yeah. Sure. I mean, to be really honest, that's something that I start all of my clients on is €1 a day, call it $1 a day. And I mean, initially, um, I do that so that you can have a better understanding of what people are searching for. Because as you say, this is really important. If I don't know what people are searching for, it's difficult for me to advertise. So
Or write the right content, write the
yeah,
correct content on your website.
definitely. People are looking for things, and they're putting these terms, they're putting these questions, they're putting these statements into Google, and Google is going, okay, this is what we think you're looking for, and here are some organic results, and here are some ads that best suit what we assume you're looking for. And it really started out was that for this euro a day, you would start to understand. which search terms are being used that activated your ads, and then using those search terms in your ads and in your website copy, you know.
So you're using the ad to give you insight on how to tweak your copy on your website so that the ad serves you better.
Definitely. And this isn't something that, that I like, I just do for small businesses. I I know some of the bigger boys and girls in the business, and they do this as a matter of course the first month, and but this is big money that goes in. They're not doing this research with $1 a day. They're doing this research with hundreds of dollars a day. So they really quickly get an understanding of what's happening in the marketplace. And there's a lot of assumptions that go into this. I just, I have a new client now who's been doing Google Ads since 2005, June 2005. And they've had one simple ad that's been running nonstop for 16 years. When I got access to this, one of the things that really interested me was to look at the search terms. And there were over 8,000 search terms that people have given in to Google over the last 16 years looking for air filters.
8,000 for air filters?
8,326.
That surprises me, and I used to be in construction.
And so now you think, wait a second. So, the way, with this learning I have, I'm now going to, go out my soapbox and say, there are as many different ways to search for a product as there are people searching.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So,
part of the
yeah,
that's part of the how I tell people,
yeah,
the reason why I tell people stop only using your jargon.
yeah, for sure. Because that's a very internal way of looking at your product. And
Mhm.
and your customers probably don't work for you. Some of them might,
No.
but
Oh, and they're not educated. That's why they're hiring you. So,
yeah,
like, they don't know what a glulam beam is. They just want their ceiling to stay up, right? So you can use your terms, but you need to define them.
that's
Um,
right.
One of the things I always do is I look for the people also ask, because you
Yes,
don't have to do keyword research for that. That Google is telling you what people are asking, and that helps you make your content a little more colloquial, but then you can define your terms to show that you're an expert, right? So I kind of want to ask you another question to make sure we get this in is a lot of people assume you're paying for an ad to go to your homepage like homedepot.com.
mm,
But I would guess that you would pay for search ads to go to landing pages.
yes. I mean, that's basically why they're called landing pages. I mean, you can have a variety of ads. You can have your basic, brand awareness ads that go to your homepage.
Okay.
If you wanted, you put those down for like $1 a day. But you probably have a couple of core products or core services that you are advertising that you want to sell. And, those will have a landing page. And that's where, one ad will go to that landing page for that product, another ad for another landing page, another product. And then when people get to the landing page, then they get more information and they can contact you. That's really really important. And then the ads are actually bringing you clients. Um, and well, then that makes sense that you're paying for the click. You
Right.
know,
So we're running them for me for my books.
yeah,
And which is great because one of them we pre-ran. I mean, this is how I market. You market while you're building, right? So I made the landing page. We've been running the ads since December,
yeah,
and every time I see something new in there that kind of like, oh, maybe it's events calendar, or maybe you have an events calendar, because I see events calendar is a high thing that they're clicking on, and now I know what they're looking for, right?
yeah,
So that's great. And I can see in my traffic that my number one source is organic brand awareness. Of course, I
mhm,
knew that. And then people were coming from search and then paid search
Yep. Yeah.
and then social media, but it
Yep.
all works together. So I know we're kind of like almost at time, but can you quickly give the difference between pay-per-click and search engine advertising, PPC and SEA?
Okay, in a nutshell, oh, you should have prepped
The
me for this one.
dollar a day is for search.
Dollar a day is for search, but
The
you can
pay-per-click, that's bidding on a certain keyword, right? That could be a lot more expensive,
it can be a lot more expensive because the keywords you're bidding on are going to be mostly the short tail keywords,
like
and
social media.
social media or
Right.
donuts.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll get clicks, but are you going to get sales? And that's really the important difference for me. And you know, and that's just the search ads. You know, that doesn't even, you know, get into things like display ads or things like
Right.
that. One of the last things I just wanted to throw in there, which I think is really important because businesses never think about this. Again, there's that assumption that people are going to be searching for their product. But you know what, on all of the accounts, what the clients always find so useful is that they can see in the search terms very often that people are searching for things and then clicking on their ads that they don't sell. So this is a really good learning. And then, you know, you can see, you know, I have a healthcare client who does, you know, homeopathy, for example. And then people have these assumptions about homeopathy. And, you know, they will find the ad, they will click on the ad and then discover, okay, I don't find this anywhere on the website. So, you know, and then you can look at these terms and go, well, we don't offer this sort of care. So
But
these
we
terms,
could.
you could offer the care, or you can just set those keywords as negative keywords so that Google understands, oh, okay, so this keyword, if someone's looking for it, we're not going to show your ad. So it saves you money. So over time, you can really, you know, you can save money by letting Google understand exactly what you sell and what you don't sell.
If it was for homeopathy, then it could be like maybe it's something that's a myth. Then you know that term. Now you know something that you can write about on your blog.
Exactly. Yeah. Aromatherapy or, you know, crystals or things like this that people just maybe assume. And if you see too many of these, you know, 11 hits for aromatherapy, it's like, well, we need to put that as a negative keyword.
Right.
And yeah, as you say, write a blog post about what do people understand about homeopathy. So these learnings encourage you to then basically benefit from content marketing, you know.
So for like, you know, you're like, I know I have 3 ads and I only spent $53. So like if I'm understanding you correctly, we're summing this up as another spot in search, gaining insight on what the customer's intent is and
Yep.
being ahead of it, being able to, in an agile way, improve the copy on your website and or offer other services.
Yes. For $1 a day. Pretty good.
Plus whatever maintenance fee, because it's usually a setup fee, a maintenance fee, and it's like 15% of your budget. So like
But if
that's
your budget's $30, then your 15% is, you know, $4.50, which is pretty
nothing.
attractive. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, and then you could pulse, right? You could stop them anytime.
Yeah, you can, you know, you have complete freedom. This is why Google Ads for small business is so good.
Like you could go crazy for 10 days and
And
then
then
pause
stop.
it.
Yeah, and then pause it, get your learnings, and then start it up again. And the biggest benefit, which we never talked about, is
Ooh, I have a client I want to hire you to do this on.
okay.
He's not even a client
Local.
yet, but sorry.
No, it's okay.
My wheels are turning.
Your realtor or your realtor says, I've already got a realtor. You've got a realtor too. We've got
My
lots of.
wheels,
Oh, your
sorry,
wheels are
my
turning.
wheels are turning.
Your
'Cause
wheels
now
are
I
turning.
got really excited because I have
Ah,
somebody I
okay.
want as a client that's a
That sounds
WordPress
good.
managed host.
Okay.
And only the big boys advertise, but guess
Oh,
what?
the, also the small girls. Yeah, everyone can advertise.
All right, well,
If
if you want to learn more,
you want to learn more, you can check out Bridget and my small business book. There's a whole chapter on this. And the
dude,
price of
it's
the
a
book
huge
is
chapter too.
less than a month's Google fee.
For less than $1 a day, you
Less
could
than $1.
you could buy it just for that chapter.
You could.
Or you
Just
could get
like
the Kindle
take
version.
it out. You can get the Kindle version if you like, but this is nice. It's you can use it to prop open the window as well in the
Well,
summer.
I also like to write in books.
Yeah.
I
Oh, you're
know
not
it's,
writing in my book. I'm keeping it over here.
well, I have mine. I like to take notes.
You can take notes. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to learn. I mean, I never thought this was something that I could offer, but I realize now partnering with
Yeah,
somebody like
there's
you who does
spaces.
that.
You could write
Yeah,
in here as well. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Why
write in
not?
your copy of the book though, okay, please.
Yes.
I like my
And,
books nice.
and you can write in the copy of your book, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, click thumbs up twice. Be sure to share, write a comment, tell us if you're using search ads or pay-per-click or even the Google Display Network. If you have any questions about small business marketing from websites to advertising to Twitter, leave them in the comments of this video or the blog post, wherever, or on the internet, wherever you're seeing this, and we will try to include those topics in this series on small business marketing with Bridget Willard and Warren laine-naida. Warren, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Bridget. We'll see
Bye.
everyone next week. Bye.